Okay, you want to start this one off?
I sure can. We're looking at the top left King Sejong Station Ladder Edition. At the yellow Zerg pieces is the TheNightFox.
And in the bottom right part of the map, we have our blue Zerg player, Giant Bomb Squads, Anticitizen. Overlord Strong Unit costs 0 supply.
Overlord RP, clearly.
Well, actually, imagine if you will, even something that sounds really weak, like Overlords can do 1 damage. Give them speed, get 8 of them, and run behind a mineral line.
Oh
Even
no.
with 1 damage, they'll be like, ah, what the hell? Uh-oh.
Oh,
Anticitizen saying he's really pissed at that last game. Played like crap. We'll have to see if that means he's on tilt or he's hulking out. It's gonna be one or the other, really.
come on, buddy. Hulk mode. Go green.
Kind of hoping we get to a game 3. We actually have not had one of those today. It's
It's
all
been
been 2-0s.
it's been quite a while actually since we've hit Game 3. It's been a few weeks at least. It's been mostly 2-0s. So TheNightFox getting paranoid again, sending out an instant drone scout.
I don't really blame him for this on this particular matchup. Though he's not going to discover anything weird. He's getting up here and he's seeing a somewhat normally timed spawning pool, maybe slightly early, but not by much. And he's taken that as a signal to just expand and then grab a spawning pool of his own. Basically, we'll give map control very temporarily to Anticitizen at the early part of the game, but honestly, that will still come down more to whoever grabs speed first, honestly.
Oh,
And
going for a block.
then from there.
Block the expansion of Anti-Citizen here.
Considering we have 2 drones actually positioned here, I think he wants to bring them down to deal with this. The drone is going to run up now to check. Discovers that, in fact, he's actually been kind of blocked there, and he's not going to be able to stop the hatchery at all.
Oops.
Hatchery goes down, and TheNightFox trying to be cheeky and taking a simulator. Doesn't decide to do it, though.
Anti doing the same thing on the same gas geyser.
For just a second there. Probably was A-clicking on it and accidentally, BA clicked it.
BA. Badass clicked.
That just makes it a simulator, by the way. Not as impressive as it sounds.
Got speed on the way for Anti again. And Spine Crawler down for TheNightFox too. So he's taking a defensive position again.
Yep.
Anti's going to have flings and speed a little bit quicker. I think he'll be in a good position as long as he actually utilizes the early game advantage this game.
Omi is reminding us that he did in fact go to 3 games in his.
Oh, he did. Aha.
Yep, that is right.
Sorry,
It was
buddy.
a pretty good match.
Those were good, yeah.
Anticitizen
Go ahead. Sorry.
actually just doing the same thing as last time. Phalanx. Vanish. TheNightFox actually having much more defensive building placement this time. I think he anticipates this.
He's not grabbed any gas at all. He's just continuing to drone. He's going all out macro here.
This could work out very well for Anticitizen. He doesn't have too much in the way of lings just yet, but the defenses for the most part are clustered here at the front. So if he can get around or into the main in some way, that's going to be very, very, very powerful. But the thing is, though, if Anticitizen decides to just be more defensive with this against something that isn't coming at him, TheNightFox is just going to be leagues ahead. He's already 6-7 workers ahead. He's kind of supply blocked, though. Okay, well, never mind. Anticitizen's... Oh, that's a good way to deal with that. He hasn't even seen the front of his opponent's base, but he has basically made the perfect response, and that's just to get a third. It's gonna be defensive. Gonna build a bunch of buildings to keep him from coming in your base. All right, fine. I'm gonna build another expansion. See what you do about it. By the way, you're gonna lose an overlord.
How about that?
How about that? That's right. I even inject as you watch it die. Okay. Brooklyn Queens.
Brooklyn Queens. Queens. Oh my god, that's so good. I'm sorry. All right. All right.
I know what you find, Funny Zero. I got your back.
Yes, you do. You got me.
Anyway, NightFox is doing the same thing now, so it looks like we're heading up in the 3-base scenario again.
Yep, and Anti going right for the Roach Warren, and Nightfox following shortly after that. We've got sort of a mirror-looking thing here.
A little bit. NightFox obviously having a little bit of a stronger economy behind it, but Anticitizen's gonna be able to catch up pretty quick there. His production is now basically maxed out as soon as he gets a queen down there.
His base is complete now, so drone transfer imminent. Now.
You know, while they're getting their everything built over there, I have to point this out. Look right here. That is a medevac
Medevac.
with his engines detached.
The disassembled medevac.
It's kind of cool looking.
Huh? I like
I
around
never
the
noticed
corners of the bases on. I think it's what is it? Way Station, I believe. That's the one with that weird cross spawn, right?
Man, the level of weird detail on these maps is insane.
Oh yeah.
Just like looking at individual buildings and everything, they're just a lot of work was put into each of these doodads.
Yeah, if you look at the cliffs on Way Station, there are these drones that actually the animations are very elaborate. They pull the panels off and work on them, and it's really strange. Blizzard.
By the way, NightFox, despite being something like 10 workers ahead for a lot of that, still has not transferred them. He's actually oversaturated in both his main and his natural. Natural oversaturation to the point where he can't, he's basically one of those drones isn't mining ever.
Right.
Getting infestation pits. So Anti-Citizen's economy is actually stronger right now and has been for a while. It's a little bit interesting. See where that goes from here.
Kind of unfortunate, especially after a while, that really racks up. He's got 30 out of 24 now on that base.
Just still hasn't noticed. Yeah.
Not yet. I don't know.
With each minute that goes by, it's going to be a few more roaches that Anti-Citizen's going to have that NightFox won't. So presuming the rest of his macros more or less staying up. And honestly speaking, looking at the queens, which are like my personal measurement for macro in any ZVZ, is it just you look at the number of workers and you check the queen energy. And NightFox's injects have actually not been so good this game. I've been quite a bit behind Anti-Citizen on that.
Anti keeping his queen energy low. It's a very good indicator.
Both players, however, being a little bit high in money. We'll have to see exactly what Anti-Citizen is planning to do with that. Things starting to climb pretty dramatically here. There we go. There's the roach splurge. 14 roaches coming out.
Roach is on the way. He's got the Hydroden too, so once he gets enough gas, he can supplement those. Oh, he's got plenty of gas. What am I talking about? I really love Roach Hydra. Just the roaches tanking for him with the grooved spines.
Oh man, here comes one ball of roaches. That's about 15. What are we looking at for Anti-Citizen? Anti-Citizen's up at 16, his opponent's at 18. So they're about equal numbers plus Banelings. So yeah, Anti-Citizen should take this fight as long as all of his forces group up right as this attack occurs. Here we go. Links at the front, basically distracting shots away from the rest of the roaches. Anti-Citizen, nice spot right there. Can actually engage on top of the creep, letting his opponent just go back home. The group spread here for Anti-Citizen is starting to provide a rather nice site network as well. His opponent has actually moved all the way back home. Took one look at that army and he's like, nope. By the way, NightFox is building 5 Swarm Hosts.
Oh, he's going into Swarm Host this game.
So basically, he's doing exactly what Anti-Citizen almost did. He might die the exact same way as here comes a push from the roaches.
Oh no.
As long as he gets enough stuff up here, I'm not sure I like this attack. Well, actually, this attack positioning is great because the only thing that's down here is one spine crawler. And here comes the rest of the army. He's gonna fight here.
one Baneling there, deciding that for the swarm.
Looks like Anti's just positioning around the map right now. I think, did he see the swarm house? You should see him now. Well, no, they're just outside of his vision radius.
I don't know. He kind of whittled down the rocks a little bit and then left. I think didn't want to, you don't want to fight for the low ground.
Sure.
I mean, Anakin showed us that. That's a bad idea.
Obi-Wan, on the other hand, He fought from directly below ground.
Oh, he did.
Sliced them all in half.
He's
So
he's just a badass
sometimes
though.
the lesson there, guys, is that sometimes you roll 20s. Man, it just happens.
Yes.
I'm gonna jump out of the pit and slice them in half. That'll never work. That's impossible.
I want to roll for it.
Got a 20.
Roll for dexterity.
Okay.
Got a huge
Acrobatics
push out
check.
now.
Rolls a 20. Do your attack. Rolls a 20. How the hell? Okay.
The force.
Well, you jump up and over him, and he stares at you for some reason. You just slice him in half. He does literally nothing at all to stop that from happening. Now, here's the thing. A lot of roaches apparently fairly good against a single wave of locust units. Now, there's 3 spine crawlers slowing them down right here. And there we go. It's actually spreading out and killing that. Here comes another wave of locusts. And the thing about, holy crap, locusts do a lot of damage. Just backing out away from that. Really actually should just, instead of attacking the locust head on, just go straight north and go immediately at that base.
Should have gotten the kill.
Oh, there's a lot of spore crawlers up here. Reinforcements streaming out across the map. NightFox actually at a slight advantage in army supply, which is going to continue to increase every time Anticitizen engages the free units directly. Meanwhile, Hydra's coming from the north, trying to engage the army from the side. Oh, Anticitizen actually getting an incredibly good arc for a moment there, but now the reinforcements have spawned, and he's actually kind of boxed in. He's going to take these units out at the back, and it looks like he wants to retreat.
It's a good move, actually, right now. He can't stand in the middle of those free units for too long.
Yep.
Not with a damaged army like that.
Now, this is actually one situation where if you ignore the huge number of spore crawlers everywhere, there are still a number of places where you can do drops up here, and I would actually be okay with getting that Overlord drop. And it's weird, no one ever uses it, but believe me, it's effective against swarm hosts.
Well,
They can't be everywhere.
That's the reason it is so effective, is nobody expects it. It's like the Spanish Inquisition. I mean,
Yeah, well,
nobody
he
expects
looks like he's
Overlord
actually just sending 2 Overlords straight in for a scout. By the way, yes, spore crawlers do get their bonus damage against Overlords. This is well known as a important reason for why the change was made. It was actually not Mutalisk. It's just Overlords took too many few hits from spore crawlers. Yes, I'm lying, by the way.
Right, right. I agree.
Still, though, like the ground army here from NightFox is gonna keep him safe for the short term, but pushing is where things get tricky. He can get outmaneuvered really, really easily here, and you can see that's why he's building the forest of spine crawlers.
Right. NightFox
This is gonna take some.
He's heading for a Spire now, actually.
Might be going for Corruptor. I think I like the idea of adding air to this. Infestor's coming out from Anticitizen. Here comes another big push. Again, fighting directly into these waves of locusts. He actually needs, I think, a few Banelings with this if he wants to do this really effectively. Just so he can clear them out. Because, you know, once he's down into this spine spore swarm area, it's like not the best place to fight in anymore. Forces of NightFox actually trying to get in there to fight. This is too much with the Locust there. Locusts just push it over into NightFox's favor every single time. Now, the one thing that Anticitizen does have going for him is that he does have a 4th base up now. And he can get the worker transfer going, which he is, from his main. Both players grabbing spires. +3/+3, though, coming out for our blue Zerg player. NightFox hasn't even approached that yet. Grabbing a few more Overseers, and pretty much just rebuilding the Roach Hydra army. He really needs to hit from an angle where the Locusts simply are not. But honestly, in this situation, I think having a forward, having at least one forward Roach to watch for the spawn of Locusts, and then go for the rocks on the other side at this point. Just keep him running around the map.
Yeah, you need to pull those swarm hosts where they can't go.
Because his Roach army can't ever engage his. Never. It will lose. Straight up. There's just too much stuff.
Right.
But for now, it looks like we're in kind of a stalemate situation here.
Yeah, NightFox dropping a bunch of spine crawlers all across the middle of the map here. Trying to get some sort of defender's advantage of rolling here, but Anti's gonna push out again.
Well, he sees the Locust, and what does he do? He's walking straight to the left.
You have to notice, though, the number of bases between I mean,
Oh, this is a risky maneuver.
this is bad.
Well, he's going to lose a little bit here no matter what, just for a couple. Um, don't push into that, though. Yeah, back off. NightFox trying to be aggressive with this. Moving around the map a lot with this. I do like that, but I still think he's a little bit in danger here. Oh. Anticitizen is getting a Greater Spire.
I see this.
I like this move a lot. He's got to trade some of his units out, unfortunately. He's just picking off all division. He's realizing this right now. There's no way for the NightFox to actually stop him from killing all the Overlords around the map. And yeah, now he's moving back here to attack this. He's going to see the Locusts and back off. No, don't lose the detection!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
There's some detection for free. Down to 4. Oh no. He might lose all of his detection soon.
We all know you need at least 3 Overseers to see 1 Swarm Host.
That's right. It's additive, you know. It's a special property of Swarm Hosts.
Right.
Extra deep burrow, need multiple detection fields to see it.
Yeah, that's the last.
This is also a lie, by the way.
Last patch did that. If you weren't paying attention to the patch notes, surprise!
No, what is it? Oh, that doesn't do anything to their ability to fire. Good to know that. Good to know that. Now those Spore Crawlers cannot produce whatever it is they would normally... Whoa, hello, look. It's a wonderful Overlord donation.
The Overlords. So, they're both kind of dancing around. They can't figure out what they want to do.
I think he wants to do that, but the problem is he needs to trade some units out, and he wants to do it a little bit at a time. Like, the last thing you want to do here is lose half your roaches and then die to a push, so...
Meanwhile, the NightFox, though, is also pushing into a Greater Spire. He's got the same idea.
Broodlord, yeah, Broodlord Swarm Hosts is really scary. Then your free units themselves have actually a composition. Not a good idea, actually, moving out right now. Unless he wants to trade those units in, which maybe both players actually do at this point. There's one Corruptor randomly hanging out with the army.
Going all in at this point.
Oh, I think the length of the game is getting to him a little bit here. But he really should back out before he loses everything. Losing everything and then trying to trade is... Holy crap, 19 Corruptors. And NightFox is actually just rebuilding in Roaches and Hydras and going to try and chase him down all the way back to his base. Going to be in for an interesting surprise once he gets here. Oh, by the way, Anticitizen is also getting Swarm Hosts. It's finally happening.
Oh my gosh. No. Please don't tell me this is happening. He's pushing out for another base, too, right here in the middle of the map. So, this is going to be interesting to see him try to defend this.
Those Swarm Hosts, I mean, those Broodlords are still pretty far away from finishing. He's morphing them, but he's going to lose at least the space, and he's got to protect these things. Even at the sacrifice of his entire army if he has to do it. He's got 1 Swarm Host in there. Hopefully this sends the message that he's about to go Swarm Host versus Swarm Host. In reality, it's going to be Swarm Host versus Broodlords.
Oh, man.
This is going to hurt. The Locusts will do nothing against them. It's like half of his army doesn't exist. And he's going to come up here and be like, oh, okay.
NightFox finally deciding he needs to get another base. He's been starving for quite a while, actually. He's only on 1 base, effectively mining.
Well, free unit's pretty efficient in all that, so he's got a decent stockpile. Training out more units here.
And the Broodlords reveal themselves.
The question is, was actually NightFox even watching that wave? This is going to push this down. And here come the free units. Locusts are going to fire on the Broodlings. There's too many, in fact. Well, there was too many, but now the Broodlords are like on a move command for some reason.
Well, don't get them caught out above the Hydras.
The thing is, all he has to do is shoot 1 wave and then back up. 1 wave and then back up. 1 wave and then back up. And everything is just getting eaten alive.
Climb above the pillar, maybe it's bad addition.
There's literally 4 Hydras, and no, 3 in that army now. Just a few more catching up from the back.
He's trying to circumvent this completely, try and snipe off his base.
Broodlords are slow, that is the one flaw in this particular tier 3 unit. He's going to do a lot of damage here, but there's still another base coming up, and he's going to lose his entire force for this. And it looks like NightFox is going to do a quick tech switch into Mutas. He's got 23 already coming up, and there's not really the defenses here for this. Broodlords were pretty expensive, but Anticitizen does have bank for another tech switch, so he can just build a lot of Hydras.
Yeah, they're
and
definitely paying for
Hydraling if
themselves
he
at this
needs to.
point.
Problem is he will probably catch all of the Broodlords out in the middle of the map. Yep.
Yeah, this is gonna be rough.
Retreat, and the Locusts are killing the Hydras. No!
So there's no anti-air.
Honestly, send these things off in a weird direction and then build a bunch of Spore Crawlers, because you're gonna lose them. It's gonna happen. He's trying to save him, but what is he gonna run to save him? The Roaches can't shoot up, so...
Oh, this is such an... Oh, man. This loss is terrible. Terribly expensive. Roaches
But for
running
whatever
out.
reason, NightFox is gonna go deal with the... Okay, he's just dealing with the Roaches. I was gonna say, he's left a lot of Broodlords alive. And, it looks a little bit like Anticitizen's going to respond in kind with Mutalisks of his own. Hydra's hanging out here. The Mutas actually rallied straight on top of the army and dying immediately. But the Hydras are proving to be a little bit of a problem here. Broodlords are running away from their defensive location for whatever reason. And it looks like they're gonna die. Anti-Citizen GG's. He did run out of gas there, and his supply was dropping pretty rapidly.
Yeah, there's not much you can do to get that rolling again. That so
Jeez.
expensive, takes forever.
That was a crazy game.